Good morning, everybody. It is Monday, September 28th. If you're watching this, you probably missed class today because if you were in class, I don't think you probably need to rewatch this today because we didn't really go over any new information. Couple things that we're going to do in this video. We are going to give you some reminders about some work that was due last week that a lot of people are missing. We're going to talk a little bit about what the upcoming week has in store for us, and we're going to talk a little bit about grades and expectations again. And then I'll give you guys the new assignment. So first of all, I wanted to remind you guys that you had Closing the Frontier that was due last Thursday at midnight. We didn't have school on Friday. Due last Thursday at midnight that a number of you guys still owe me. And I want to make sure that you guys are getting that stuff in and completed and understanding what's going on. So if you still owe Closing the Frontier, remember that's got to be a priority to get that in here as soon as possible. If you have questions on that, obviously I'm here to help. I get here most mornings at pretty close to 7, and I don't leave until, like 3:30, 4 o'clock most days. And then I think I've tried to make it pretty clear I'm available in the evening. If you need help, just chat me or email me, and I'll do my best to help you. This upcoming week, we've got a 5-day week, so got to be here every day, and kind of the expectations. So I'll run you through the days. Today is going to kind of be your work day for the week. I loaded the assignment, which I'll go through with you guys in a little bit, into Classroom. It's called the U.S. versus the Sioux Tribe, and we're going to talk about conflict between those two groups of people, and we'll go through that in a bit. That's going to be due Thursday at midnight. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we're going to plow through a lot of stuff about the chapter. We're going to talk about everything from the Transcontinental Railroad to what happened to the tribes that lived on the plains. We're going to talk about what people did for a living in the West, the role of women in the West, and then Friday, we'll wrap that all up in the first 2 minutes of class. And I'm going to give you guys kind of a chapter quiz. Not necessarily as big as a test, but a chapter quiz on the things that we've talked about in this unit. So make sure that you're kind of keeping up and knowing what's going on and asking questions where need be. Now, the bulk of what we talked about today is going to sound like I'm being negative, and please don't take it that way. I'm pulling for you guys to all really do well in this class. I am pulling for you to be successful. I want to see you walk across the stage someday and get your diploma and go on to do the things that you want to do in life. But right now, unfortunately, at the point that we're sitting at, I've got some bad news for some of you guys, and that is that things aren't going well. Currently, there are, what is it we're about to be, 62 people in American history, and at the current moment, about 24 of those people are not meeting the standards to successfully pass and get credit. Now, guys, understand something. This is normal growing pains probably for some people coming into high school. Usually we'd be having this talk at the end of September, and you'd still have October, November, and December, and part of January to get your grade up and see where you're at. However, right now we've only got about 4 weeks for you to get your grade up. We're running out of days. The semester of American history ends on October 28th. And if all of your standards aren't at least 2s at that time, you're going to be unsuccessful, and you're going to end up having to repeat this part of the course. Unfortunately, I was talking to Mrs. Przenka, who teaches English 9, and Mr. Wells, who teaches Science 9, and some of the math teachers, and I think that we're seeing similar things. And so I just want to remind you that we're here to help, for starters. We are here to help you do those math problems and conjugate those Spanish words and read that chapter of the book. And in my case, figure out the culture of the American West. But we can't help you if we don't know you need help. And the other thing is, and I try to stress this every year, you can be successful in here, but you have to be involved. You have to do your work. You need to, be in class and trying your best on the tests and quizzes. Right now, I would say the biggest culprit as for why things aren't going well is people just not completing things and participating regularly in class. Now, on this vein, tomorrow at about 1 o'clock, I'm going to start sending out emails. I'm going to email all 62 people who are in American history at this point, and give you and your families or your guardians an update on how things are going. And so if things are going well, tomorrow afternoon, you're going to see an email that's going to be praising how things are going. You're going to tell them that you're doing awesome and that you're meeting the standards and things like that. But at the same time, some of you guys are going to get emails that are going to have kind of a different tone to them. And those are going to be telling your family and you that things aren't going as well. And there is probably going to be a list of the things that you owe. That's at 1 o'clock. So you do have some time to get some things handed in or to, utilize some feedback and resubmit some things with some corrections. I'm going to be doing a lot of correcting for you guys tonight and trying to give you guys some good feedback. So please, step up, get yourself going. I know that this online stuff is not ideal. It's not ideal for us either. And we're trying to do the best we can to, do a good job for each other. And so I need you guys to step up. All right. Last but not least, the assignment for today is I'm on 2A's thing, but everybody's looks the same, is called the U.S. Versus the Sioux Tribe. And if we click on that, I'm going to go to the instructions here. And what it is it's actually 2 things this week, but neither one of them is very long. And it's due October 1st, which is Thursday by midnight. You have a thing called Wounded Knee from Home, which is actually using a map to answer questions. And then there's a thing called Black Elk Speaks from Home, which is using a firsthand source or somebody that was there to answer questions. So I'm going to click on these quick and I'm going to show you guys what's what. In the Wounded Knee from Home, what you guys have got is, a little direction paragraph right up here that kind of explains, what you're going to be doing, which one of the rubrics is going to be used, how things are going to be graded. Then there's a short paragraph that I wrote that explains kind of what happened at Wounded Knee. It does a little bit of lead up, but not too much. And it kind of lays out the situation and what happened on December 29th, 1890, almost 1890, with the Sioux tribe that seemed to signal the end of Indian native resistance in the West. Okay. Now you're going to use that paragraph along with this map. Now it's got a nice little map key and there's a lot of words on here that explain where things are and what things are. All right. You're going to use this a lot to answer the 6 questions that I have right here. Give a quick 1-sentence summary of what happened with me. You can use the paragraph for that. The other ones are primarily going to be using the map, finding some things, and then interpreting what it is you see. Again, remember, I'm here. If you're struggling a little bit, making sense of the map, that's what I'm here to help you with, okay? The second part of the assignment for this week is Black Elk Speaks from Home. Black Elk was a tribal member who was present at Wounded Knee and who visited the battlefield the day after the massacre happened. And he wrote a book about his experience, his life with his tribe and what happened with white settlers. And I didn't pick out a huge chunk of it. I gave you 4 kind of short paragraphs that lay out some things about what he saw and how he felt. Now, there's, again, I believe 6 questions that you're going to do along with this. So you got 12 questions to do this week based on some simple stuff. And this one says, do a quick Wikipedia search. I'm actually a fan of Wikipedia as a starting point. I'm not saying it's the end all be all the research, but it's definitely a place to start where you can do a quick Wikipedia search. There's 2 questions where you could actually do some Wikipedia stuff. And then you're going to use the paragraphs and some things that I've given you to answer some questions. On this last one, you're going to use this quote here. I want you guys to know about Manifest Destiny. Again, I'm here. I want to help. I want you guys to do well, man. I look forward to graduation every year. I look forward to seeing you walk across that stage, and I want it to be sooner than later. So please, we got about 4 weeks left in the semester of American history. Take care of your business. Okay, take care of your business. Be reading your English 9. Be working in Science 9. Get yourself off of the overland trail in Math 1 if that's where you are, and just be taking care of things. Guys, reach out, ask for help. I can do math. I'm decent at science. I can write a paragraph like nobody else. So if you need help, I'm here for more than just American history. Okay, I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope. Hope you're well, and get to work.